Good morning and welcome, or good afternoon, depending on what part of the world you're viewing from today. This is Aldo Privilegi, clinical hypnotherapist, here with another video on hypnosis and how it works. And today, after completing a string of successful weight loss sessions, I thought this would be a great time to have a discussion on weight loss and hypnotherapy and how that works and how that all fits together. To give you a bit of an understanding how hypnotherapy and weight loss works, because it works. If you're one of those people that has tried many dieting techniques and not really had a lot of success to that, this video will be particularly relevant for you and may be helpful. So first of all, we need to understand that when we do diets, when we take these dieting programs and implement them into our lives, we're using our willpower. Now, the willpower comes from our conscious mind. And you may or you may not be familiar with hypnosis and how it works, but in hypnosis, we avoid the conscious mind. And we work directly with the subconscious or unconscious mind. Now, what's the difference between the conscious and the unconscious mind or subconscious mind, you may be asking? Well, that's a good question, because there is a huge difference. Basically, the conscious mind is only using about 10% of your mind's capabilities and power, whereas the unconscious or subconscious mind is growing you up from a baby to an adult, grows your teeth, grows your hair, replenishes your skin, beats your heart, pumps your blood, and really does a myriad of things. In fact, your unconscious or subconscious mind is doing about 3 million things at one time, whereas your conscious mind can only basically focus on one thing and is only using 10%. The unconscious and subconscious mind is using the other 90%. So it's a no-brainer to work out which is more powerful. Obviously, the subconscious and unconscious mind is more powerful. When we're doing these dieting techniques and programs, we're using our conscious mind, we're using our willpower, and seldom do these techniques incorporate the unconscious mind, where the real power of change resides in us, and that's where we can make these changes. And this is where hypnosis comes in and works very effectively. If I was to say to you, hold your 3 fingers together, and I was to place a rubber band around the 3 fingers and ask you to open up that and stretch the rubber band, I would be asking you to use your willpower to do this. And that's all well and good. Now, if I was to ask you to go about your daily duties and keep this rubber band open, you might find that for a little while you'll be able to do that. But after some time, eventually, the rubber band is going to pull the fingers closer and closer together as your conscious mind becomes focused on other things and other duties, till eventually the fingers become back together where they started from. This is an exact analogy of how dieting works. A person goes on a diet with all good intentions. They're going to do the exercise, they're going to do the program, they're going to eat certain foods and avoid certain foods and all of this kind of thing. And that's all well and good. And that's the stretching of the rubber band. But they start to get results for the first few weeks, and then the results peter out, they plateau out, and then the old habits creep back in and they find themselves back where they started. Only this time a little more disillusioned because they feel like they failed. On the contrary, the unconscious mind doesn't incorporate any willpower, which makes things a lot easier. When we use hypnosis, you don't have to avoid food, you don't have to use any willpower to eat certain foods or do exercises, because we're working with a more powerful, different part of the mind than the conscious mind. In the unconscious mind, we're using the imagination and pictures. And some people may think, imagination, pictures, how can that be powerful? Well, willpower and imagination put together, imagination wins out every single time. And the reason is mostly because our body follows our mind. So whatever pictures, whatever thoughts you have in your mind, our body follows. This is the way our body, our biology is created, is made up. You've probably met people who are slender or skinny and they can eat anything they like and they never put on weight and they seldom exercise. And then there are people who are overweight who just seem to look at food and they feel like they're gaining weight. Why does this happen? So these people who are skinny and they can eat anything they like, basically what's happening in their mind, in their imagination, and they're unconscious of this, they're doing it without even knowing. That's why it's effortless for them. Whenever they eat something, in their mind they have a picture of, well, this doesn't affect me, this is just normal for me, I can eat this and my body remains slim. Whereas the person who's overweight has a completely different picture in their mind when they eat something. They have a picture of themselves gaining more weight or a feeling of heaviness in their emotion. And these pictures then send messages to the body, and the body follows the pictures, and the body then gains weight. The body language is slumped, and the emotions that the body's holding are heavy. So in hypnosis, simply what we do is we help the client change the pictures in their mind about how they think about food on an unconscious level, so that after the session, whenever they see food, they'll have a different picture, a different perspective in their mind on how they see the food. The new pictures send new messages to the body, and the body automatically makes the changes. There's no need to use willpower, there's no need to change your diet, there's no need to do exercise. Of course, having a good diet and doing exercise is good for you. However, dieting is much easier when you know what's going on. And hypnosis is a fantastic way of getting your body into shape. And it's an effortless way. Because basically, all you need to do is see your local hypnotherapist, relax in a session and let your hypnotherapist do all the work, and afterwards, after your relaxing, beautiful session, you come out feeling great. You can go on doing your normal duties and activities. However, you've now got a new way, a new perception of seeing food on an unconscious level. And this will begin to shape your body how you're wanting it. Just like when you were growing up and your unconscious was growing your body, was growing your hair, growing your teeth, blinking your eyes. You never had to think about these things. They all just happen naturally. And in hypnosis, when you do hypnosis for weight loss, it's exactly the same thing. So that wraps it up for today about weight loss and hypnosis. I hope this was helpful for you. If you'd like to email me some questions or ask me some questions, you can go to my site, or you can email me. Have a great day. See you next time. Bye for now.